What if I told you that getting rich is actually easy and all it takes is 1 hour a day? Because if you follow this exact strategy, you're going to be living the life that many people dream of. You're going to become that top 1%. And I know this because this is exactly what I did 2 years ago when I was dead broke. And even after making millions of pounds online, I still use this exact strategy. So today I'm going to share this strategy with you and why it works so well. And this is something you need to do right now before it's too late. If you look around, the average person believes that to get rich, you need to be born into it or you need to be super lucky. That is not the case. They spend so much time doubting themselves and they feel as if their life isn't even in their hands. So they just go through life doing the bare minimum. They have no goals, they have no progress, and they feel like they have no purpose in life. And this is how a lot of people feel. And even if they did get a little bit of money, they would just go spend it on useless things. And every day they're just working a 9 to 5. And then after work with their spare time, they're just watching TV, smoking, going out drinking, scrolling through Instagram. And this is why so many people are unhappy with their life, because they do zero productive work, they have zero direction, and they have zero self-belief. Everyone is just okay with drifting along and letting life create their own path. And this is just so insane to me because you're literally in a generation where there's opportunities everywhere. You can make a living from starting a business online. So yes, it is easy to get rich. The competition is literally non-existent. And if you're willing to just put in 1 hour a day, I promise you'll be living that life that only 1% do. And 1 hour a day might not seem like a lot, but 1 hour a day is going to put you in the right direction to actually do something worthwhile. Because that 1 hour leads to 30 hours a week of focused work, 360 hours a year of focused work. And that means you're nearly 400 hours ahead of your competition. But listen, I'm not going to tell you to go meditate, wake up at 5 a.m. and go on a run, nor am I going to tell you to do 12 hours of work a day for 6 months straight. The only reason I say 1 hour is because everyone can find an hour. You spend more time scrolling through Instagram, watching TV, going out for a drink. Everybody has an hour spare. Well, enough talking, let's go into the actual steps that you need to take to actually become rich. So step 1, realities. So this is the most important step, and it's actually led me to all my success. But it constantly just goes over people's heads. Most people don't actually make money because they don't believe that they can become rich. Your self-belief is stopping you from becoming the best version of yourself. Look, I come from a single mother who only came home for 1 day every 2 weeks because she was out looking at work just to put food on the table for me and my brother. For years, I didn't even have a mattress to sleep on. But because of these simple steps that I'm about to teach you, I was able to actually generate millions online from coming from there. And I want to give credit to a guy called Nero Knowledge. You can go see him on YouTube. He's really knowledgeable on the mindset side of things. And I was lucky enough to actually have a call with him for about 2 hours. And what he told me is there's 2 realities. So you've got the physical reality, which is you actually going and doing the work, you sitting down watching this video, you writing notes. That's the physical reality. And then you've got the mental reality, which is you believing that you can do it. You believing that you can become that person and mentally being there to actually do the work. And both these realities are as important as each other. You know, if you believe that you can become rich, if you believe that you can actually make this money, but you don't go and do the physical side of things, I'm sorry, but nothing's going to work. And it's the same the other way around. If you go and do the physical side of things, you go and do the work, you write notes, you go and watch videos, all these physical things, but you don't actually believe that you can achieve this stuff, you don't actually believe that you can become rich, I'm sorry, but you're not going to become rich. And the problem with so many people is they don't believe that there's 2 realities. Everyone just focuses on the physical of actually doing the work, going out and writing the notes, watching the videos, but nobody talks about the mental side. And if you actually want to achieve anything in life, you need these 2 realities to align. But how do you get there mentally? So let me break this down for you. I want you to picture right now a goal that you have. For example, I'm going to say making £10,000 a month. If you want to make £10,000 a month, whether you do all the physical, you will not get there if you don't do the mental side. But how do you do that? You need to become that guy making £10,000 a month. You need to feel like that guy making £10,000 a month. And it's so important to actually get there mentally before you go out and actually do the physical work. Everybody has stress and everybody overthinks, but you need to rewind and you need to think, would I be stressed right now if I was making £10,000 a month? And if not, then that should not be a worry. Because if you're not there mentally, you will never get there. And on top of this, once you actually gain that self-belief, once you're there mentally, going and doing the physical work becomes so much easier because you know that you need to do it. You know that you want to do it, and you know that this work will actually make you achieve every goal that you do have. You need to brainwash yourself. You need to reprogram your brain into becoming that guy making £10,000 a month. That's exactly what you need to do right now. And that's why for the next 30 days, I really want to challenge you on every single day you wake up. telling yourself you're that guy with the goal that you have. So if your goal is to make 10,000 a month, I want you to wake up every morning and say, I'm making £10,000 a month. I'm making £10,000 a month, and become that guy mentally. And that's exactly what I did to gain that self-belief, because I didn't have anyone who believed in me. I knew it was down to me to actually shift my mindset, to start thinking that way, to actually believe in myself. Because once I started thinking like the guy making £10,000 a month, I started acting like the guy making £10,000 a month. I started doing the work that someone making £10,000 a month did. And since then, I've not turned on an Xbox, I've not turned on a TV. Because do you really think the guy making £10,000 a month is sat there playing games or sat there watching Netflix? I didn't think they would be, so I don't do that. And I know 99% of you watching this video will just go back to you living that normal, boring life. But that's why it's called the 1%, because I know 1% of you will take something from this video and actually change mentally and physically to achieve their goal. So are you going to be that 1% who actually goes out and changes your mindset, goes out and does the physical work? Or are you just going to go back watching TV, watching Netflix, and living the life how you've always been living it? But let's move on to step 2, and this is the roadmap. You need to set 30-day goals that are actually achievable. Because growing up, we've always been asked the questions, what do you want to be when you're older? Where do you see yourself in 5 years, 10 years? And you're setting these massive goals. You need to narrow this down and create 30-day goals. I'm not saying don't dream big, and don't forget the end goal, but you need to set targets that you can actually hit right now. Because saying to yourself, I want to start a business and become a millionaire, and then only making a couple thousand in the first 30 days, it's just going to demotivate you, instead of actually proving that you can achieve something, which it should do. But I don't blame you, because we are just human. But recognizing that is what's going to take you to that next level. And then actually setting these 30-day targets that are actually achievable is really what's going to boost you to do better. Because people aim too high, and then when they fall short, they lose all motivation to carry on. But I promise you, the motivation that you actually get from achieving these small milestones is unmatched. It's going to motivate you, and it's going to encourage you to work so much harder. So how do you actually set 30-day goals? How do you create a roadmap? I'm going to talk you through this right now. You want to write achievable goals. So something like, I want to make £1,000 in the next 30 days from Amazon FBA. And I want you to set only one money motivated target for that 30 days, which is actually possible. After writing down your goal, I want you to create a roadmap on actionable steps to actually achieve that goal. And I want you to put it somewhere that you can see it every single day, so you know you're staying on track. Because you really need to figure out what skills you need, how much time to put in, and what actual steps you must take every day to achieve that goal. And if you're struggling to create a roadmap for 30 days, we're in a generation where it's so easy to find a mentor who can actually give you a step-by-step roadmap on actually achieving them goals that you want. On top of that, they're going to give you the exact information that you need and the skill set that you need to actually achieve your 30-day goal. And you really need a skill that is solving other people's problems. So for me, the problem I'm solving is someone needs shampoo, for example. I get it delivered to them tomorrow using Amazon's fulfillment center, which in return makes me huge profit. I want you to take this in, because the only way to actually earn money is by fulfilling someone else's needs to the point where they're willing to pay you for that. And if you're stuck on finding a way to earn money from someone else's need, well, that's exactly why I built the most advanced Amazon FBA mentoring program, which is called The Real Life. Because I know everyone's stuck and they're unsure what direction to take in life. And that's why I actually personally sit down with you one-on-one and teach you everything you need to know to actually make money from someone else's needs using the biggest marketplace in the world right now. I share my entire blueprint and my system that I use to make millions online, so you can just implement it into your own life. Believe me when I tell you, without a doubt, this is the best place to start making money online. And if you want to make money online, all you need to do is go over to my Instagram at _PatLand and drop me a DM. So now you know how to mentally prepare to start a business and know how to set a 30-day roadmap. Let's move on to step 3. And step 3 is appreciating the small wins. Small wins build confidence and they keep you motivated. And a compound of small wins is what creates and foundates the big wins that we all want. Let's say your 30-day goal was to make £1,000 from Amazon FBA. Your small wins would be setting up your limited company, finding your first supplier, or even getting your first sale. And over the course of a week, you just built a business from the ground up by appreciating these small wins. These wins might not seem like a lot, but a big compound of these wins is literally the foundation of you succeeding. You know, every 30 days, you're setting new goals, and you're hitting these small wins and small wins. By the time you know it, you've got £1 million company. These small wins might not seem like a lot, but because you keep hitting these small wins, it's building that foundation for them life goals that you have. And it's really going to keep you motivated to hitting these 30-day targets. And to be honest, it's not all about hitting these 30-day goals. or living this dream life. It's about becoming the best version of yourself, waking up every day and actually putting the work in to become that better you. Because every small win actually reprograms your mind in believing in yourself and believing that you can actually achieve these goals. And that comes back to step one. After all these small wins, you're going to start believing that you can achieve these goals, and you're going to become that person you actually desire to be. And I'm not telling you to invent the wheel, because that isn't what you need to do to become that top 1%. All you need to do is take the first step, because that's what 99% of people don't actually do. Because everyone is focused on making millions, driving supercars, buying that mansion, but no one considers making that first £1,000 with Amazon FBA. Because the people who wake up every day and actually appreciate their small wins are the people who actually succeed in the long run. And there's going to be days where you can't be bothered getting up, or you can't be bothered looking at the computer screen, or everything's just going wrong, but you don't want to fall back into your bad habits. And this is why you really need to appreciate the small win. A small win can even be going to the gym, which everybody can do, or watching a valuable YouTube video, because even that small win is going to put you back on track for actually achieving that 30-day target. And honestly, that is the power of small wins. So let's move on to step 4, because I know this was a huge downfall for me when I started making money online. So step 4, bad choices. But what do I mean by bad choices? Well, in theory, any choice that you make which doesn't benefit you or doesn't help you achieve your goal, that is a bad choice. For example, watching TV, going out at the weekend drinking, or spending all your money on clothes. These are bad choices. And I'm not saying don't stop having fun, don't do the things you love, but if going out drinking every weekend is stopping you from achieving your goal, you need to cut it out. Or if watching TV for hours on end is stopping you from doing work or stopping you from achieving new goals, then you also need to cut that out. Or if you're spending every last penny that you have on designer clothes, then that is also a bad choice. Now, I know everybody falls into bad choices. You know, there's so much temptation around us that anything anyone else does, we just get FOMO. And I know for a fact, you could think of many things that you do right now that is a bad choice, that is stopping you from achieving new targets and new goals. But I can assure you, if you gain the discipline to cut out these bad choices, you're going to be so far ahead of everybody else, and you're going to be one step closer to becoming that top 1%. And I know you're probably saying, well, Pat, you drive nice cars, you go to expensive restaurants, you fly around the world. But quite frankly, that's a tiny fraction of what I make a month. And you really need to stay within your means. Whereas if you're making £2,000 a month and you just bought a £1,000 coat, you've just spent 50% of your net worth on a luxury item. So if you're broke watching this, I really, really want you to actually cut out these bad choices. Everybody wants the luxuries, but the secret is actually cutting out them bad choices. And then when you actually have the life that you dream of, then bad choices are no longer bad choices. But let's get into the last step. Step 5 is recycle all the previous steps. Set yourself bigger 30-day roadmap. If your goal was to make £1,000 with Amazon FBA, now your new goal should be to make £2,000 with Amazon FBA. And just recycle all the steps that I've spoke about in this video every single month to carry on becoming that 10k a month guy in your head, doing the work and actually getting there mentally. Set new 30-day goals and write actionable steps to actually get there. Keep hitting them small wins every single day and actually start appreciating them and avoid them bad choices and don't get trapped like everybody else does. And if you think doing the same thing over and over again is boring, well, because it is. And that's exactly what you're doing at your 9 to 5. But the difference is when you start a business, you're actually seeing progress. You're hitting new milestones. Set yourself new goals, plan the right actions to get there, and actually start building that life that you only dream of currently. Because while everyone's sat at home playing Xbox or watching TV, you're actually going out there and putting in the work to actually transform your life. While they're living paycheck to paycheck, you're actually stacking up your money, reinvesting it into your business and actually hitting these goals. And after taking the right actions, your eyes naturally are just going to open to new opportunities. You're going to become that better you. And as you become that better you, you're going to start setting higher goals. Goals that you couldn't even imagine right now. And I've been around millionaires. I've been around people with huge businesses. And let me tell you, there's no difference between me and you or them and you. The only difference is they set themselves goals and they actually believe that they can achieve them. But if you actually put in the work, show up every day, set them roadmaps, appreciate the small wins and cut out the bad choices and recycle to actually become the best version of yourself for just 1 hour a day, in a year's time, in 3 months' time, in 6 months' time, you're going to be completely unrecognizable. And then you're going to say to yourself, actually, getting rich is too easy, honestly. Thanks for watching.